Aliens. What makes us like them? Why do we always revisit this concept of their terrifying creatures?
Because you can put them against ghosts in a tower defense game. So a long while ago, I've shared this game titled Aliens vs. Ghosts demo on Scratch. It was very bad, to the point I don't even remember how I made it, or how it works. There was only one tower, 0 upgrades, there were no menus aside from the main menu and this map select menu, so I eventually forgot about this game. Until now! So I began thinking. After a while, I've gotten around to making the background for the maps. Then I moved on to the map sprites. There were 5. Map, ground, water, earth, and fire. That's a lie. There was only map, ground, water, path 1, and path 2. Map would not be interacted with by anything, as it's purely visual. It is what you see when opening and playing a map. Ground, water, path 1, and path 2 are all invisible, often though being interacted with by other things. And this is why I started with the map sprites, as you can't create a map select menu, ghost path following, tower placement checks, etc. without them. A tower defense game with a map is kind of just nothing. So what these maps do is that if this variable titled map num is greater than 0, then it shows these map sprites. If else, then hide. If map num is greater than 0, then set the current costume number to be equal to map num. This makes it very easy to make maps in this game and not time consuming at all. If that was confusing to you, that is fine. Here's a simplification. So imagine there's a ton of screens, all of them displaying a different map. But all of these screens are invisible unless covered by a certain window. Every one of these screens has an ID. The window that's needed, there's only one of them. So it has to move to whichever screen it has to display that screen. The map num tells the window which screen ID to move to, making that screen display its information to the eyes of the game and its visuals to the eye of the player. So I went on to make the first map, which is actually a recreation of the first map of the old game, Asteroid Funnel. It had 2 paths on these large metal blocks, with 2 massive asteroids down the center. You know what else is massive? The new and improved version of this map has the same metal squares with warning tape on them, but this time the warning tape is much more clearly seen. Instead of being yellow boxes painted on the steel plates, they're yellow and black stripes, like they should be. And in the new version, there is much more asteroids, so it really feels more like an asteroid funnel than a space rock floating in between 2 mechanical looking things. Whoa! I then made the enemies. I started with a few simple ones, of course. Normal, fast, strong. Normal has low stats. Fast is the same as normal, but faster, of course. And strong is like normal, but with more health. It previously had 3 HP, but would soon be changed to 8. Strong also drops 2 cash instead of 1. Due to a lot of coding being too boring to include in this video, and also me not wanting to explain it, I'll skip to the interesting parts. I created a custom block that I can use to simply add new stats for the ghost types. I could slide in this custom block to my ghost setup script, put in the name of the ghost I want to add, insert the 4 stats, HP, speed, damage, wind, and fire, HP, speed, damage, cash drop, and boom! New ghost type with new stats? What it does, it checks if the ghost's costume name is equal to the custom block's type bool, and if true, then it sets its stats to the other 4 variables. This also means that you don't have to go through 1,000 if-else checks if you want a lot of ghosts. You just need to smack in the custom block where the others are and insert the parameters. Example for simplification. Ghosts go through a machine. This machine contains data. The data is how much HP, damage, speed, and cash drop each ghost has. When the ghosts enter the machine scans them down, and then inserts their stats into the ghost. Then the ghost then exits the machine into the start of the track. Rawr. HP is how much each ghost has. What? HP is how much health each ghost has. So if you dealt 2 damage to it every second and it had 3 HP, it'd take 2 seconds to kill. Same for if it had 4 HP. Speed is, of course, how fast the ghost progresses down the strat. The faster the ghost, the faster it gets to your axe. Damage is how many lives the ghost takes from you when escaping. Cash drop is how much cash this ghost gives when you kill it. And some ghosts might even be spectral. And I know what you're thinking, but Lincoln, aren't all ghosts spectral? And well, some ghosts are physical in this game. Don't ask why. Some are solid and some are spectral. That's just how things work here. Anyway, spectral ghosts are ghosts that can't be seen by most towers, needing special upgrades for specific towers to be seen. Think like camo boots from BT6 meet ghosts. Yeah. But this isn't a game where you watch ghosts walk down a park path, is it? No, this is a lot to get much, so we need the flamers. So I went on to make the towers. I added a custom block which allows me to make tower buttons, setting the tower's name, cost, range, and if it can see spectral ghosts or not. Now gear up because we're about to head into the deep end of coding. I then, after making some simple button and tower stuff, moved on to the targeting. So I had to add a list and variables to ghosts to make them read what their others' progress is. So if a ghost had more progress than the top ghost's progress, then that ghost will replace the top ghost's progress variable with their own. When a ghost dies, it sets the top progress variable to 0. This is so that it refreshes and the ghost behind the top ghost will clear a spot, as without resetting the top ghost's progress, the top ghost's progress would just keep going up and up and up, and towers wouldn't be able to target ghosts behind where the top progress making ghost died. Then in the towers, I made some targeting code. I started with the I started with a script that goes through all the ghosts and scans their progress. If it finds ghosts with more progress than the current highest one to the sprites, then it replaces the current highest for the tower with that ghost's progress and the current highest ID with the ID of that ghost. Then I did a function that checks a list titled marked IDs, making it so it only replaces the current highest list and the current highest ID if the ghost's ID is not part of the marked IDs list. It also checks if the ghost is dead, making sure it doesn't add dead ghosts' IDs and progresses. It also checks if the current tower is able to see spectral ghosts, and if it is unable to, then it goes every spectral ghost and adds its ID to the marked IDs list. This happens before the script that scans all the ghosts. It then searches if the ghost's position is within the tower's range. If it is, then it will set a variable called cGhost to 1, if else to 0, and then repeat the previous code. If cGhost is equal to 1, then it stops running the previous code and will instead run the attack code before restarting the loop of ghost checking code. Then I made the upgrades code, and no, it's not simpler than the tower targeting code. Okay, maybe a bit simpler as in it's easier to code, not as easy to put into words. So basically, I made a tower UI sprite, mostly used for upgrades, but is also used for the sell buttons for towers. I then added some sell costumes and locked upgrade costumes, and click a tower to sell or upgrade a costume, regular stuff. I then made it so that when a tower is clicked, it replaces item 1 of upgrade information with its X position, replaces item 2 of upgrade information with its Y position, item 3 of upgrade information with its tower name, and item 4 of upgrade information with item 1 of its tier and item 2 of its tier. So tier 0. So a 2-0 gunner placed at negative 123 43 would send over her negative 123 43 gunner 20. The tower UI checks the upgrade information and has a ton of if-else statements. So there's a custom block that adds item 3 and item 4 of the upgrade information list together, and then it runs it through a massive list of if-else statements, setting variables for each possible outcome. So if the combined is gunner 20, then if the UI position equals left, then set the upgrade name to left locked. If the UI position equals middle, then set the upgrade name to gunner cell and set the upgrade cost to 300. If the UI position equals right, then set the upgrade name to hypervisor. If upgrade Needs unlocked contains hypervisor, set upgrade cost to 250, set upgrade needs description to allows the gunner to see spectral ghosts. If the upgrade needs unlocked doesn't contain hypervisor, then set the upgrade name to right locked. Clicking on a cell will broadcast cell tower and increase cash by upgrade cost. All towers placed will then check their X and Y positions, and if their X and Y is equal to item 1 and 2 of upgrade information, then it deletes that tower. Clicking on a left path upgrade, if you have enough money to afford the upgrade, will consume upgrade cost cash, will broadcast left upgrade, which the left upgrade broadcast acts similar to the cell tower, but instead of matching towers deleting themselves, will change item 1 of their tier by the current item 1 plus 1. Clicking the right path upgrade does the same, but changes item 2 of their tier by the current item 2 plus 1. I then added the tower menu, which I shouldn't have to cover, as it's very simple, was very easy to make, and would be boring to cover how it works, so instead we'll cover what it does! The tower menu is a menu that allows you to view which towers you have, and by using EXP, what's that? In fact, what do any of these 5 buttons in the menu do? Well, this one to the far left is the tower button, bringing you to the tower menu. The one next to that is the alien mutation tree, where you can buy permanent upgrades via alien points, AP for short. The one in the middle is the play button, sending you to the map select menu, where you get previews of maps and can select and play them. The one to the right of the play button is the ghost menu, where you can view which ghosts you've encountered and what they do. The final button to the far right is the boss menu, allowing you to see which bosses you've encountered and what they do. Well, how do you get EXP and AP? When beating maps, you get EXP and AP. The AP reward is shown from the preview of the maps in the map menu. EXP has a formula to decide how much is given to you. When beating a map, it takes a map's star difficulty, puts it to the power of 2, then multiplies it by 10, and that's how much EXP you'll get from beating a map. 1-star maps give you 10 EXP, 2-star maps give you 40 EXP, 30-star maps give you 90 EXP, 4-star maps give you 160 EXP, and 5-star maps give you 250 EXP. You also get half the EXP you usually get from beating maps if you lose to them. AP is not given when losing though. So 1-star maps give 5 EXP, 2 stars give 20 EXP, 3-star maps give you 45 XP, 4-star maps give you 80 EXP, and 5-star maps give 125 EXP when lost on. And what about the medal thing with the 0 out of 10 thing next to it? That's the player's rank. The player's rank increases their starting lives and starting cash. Rank 1 has 800 starting cash and 100 starting lives. Growing more the larger your rank is. The number on the left side of the slash is how much EXP you have. The number to the right of the slash is how much EXP you need to get in order to rank up. Every time you rank up, the amount of EXP required to rank up is multiplied by 10, but you do still keep all the XP you have when ranking up. So back to the tower menu, you can see the towers you're able to place and spend EXP to unlock their upgrades. You first unlock tier 1 upgrades, then unlock their max tier, T2 upgrades. If you've already unlocked T2 upgrades, it instead comes up with some flavor text for the tower. And the alien mutation menu, that's a permanent upgrade tree, currently containing 1 upgrade. So it's more like a single upgrade you see than a tree as of now. Using AP, you can buy the unlocked alien mutations. Alien mutations give bonuses like faster attack speed to certain towers. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description if you want to play, and like this video if you enjoyed. Also, feedback is greatly appreciated, as it helps make my game better or fun to play than it is. So make sure to leave comments as well.